Hey folks, Mr. Tolly. I'm going to call this Trigger Fanatics Part 2. I'm going to test this up against some other lubricants and protectants, I'm going to call them, that I've used and I've been very happy with, for the most part, for what I use them for. So let's see how this protects. I'm going to spray. I have the end is going to be for the control. Then I'm going to use the Arch Oil, AR 4400 LP. I'll use the Hops number 9 gun oil, Rem oil, some Lucas Extreme Duty gun oil, Royal Purple Max Film, and on this end here I'll use the Trigger Fanatics. I'm going to stay below where I wrote what they are. I'm going to take this piece of steel, which I ran down the center of it with a sander just to kind of clean off some of the scale. But it's a new piece of steel. I'm going to put some of these lubricants on a patch and apply them. So here we go. I'm going to start with the Trigger Fanatics. And I'm putting a pretty good amount on there, soaking it down pretty good. Alright. Now for the Royal Purple. Now I like this Lucas Extreme Duty. I really like the needle point applicator, and it works really well. It doesn't take much of this, it just leaves a nice little film. You know what, I'm going to need a little more of that needle applicator to put on this patch. Like I said, I'm putting this on a little thick. Now, you know what? I didn't do a sniff test. The Max Film, the Royal Purple Max Film, would be really cool if it was purple. It smells like Safariland Break Free CLP. The Lucas doesn't have a whole lot of smell to it. The Rem oil, in my experience, smells kind of like a mineral oil. I use Rem oil quite a bit. It isn't the greatest protectant. Does the job. Yeah, doesn't really have a lot of smell to it. Now for the Hops number 9. And these are just oils. Should protect everything. I use the Hops a lot and the Rem oil. The Rem oil I use mostly for you know, just before I go to the range. It's not something that I leave on long term. The hops doesn't really have a smell to it. The hops seems a little thick. So does the rem oil a little bit, but the rem oil, I know the rem oil isn't really that thick. This stuff takes a good shake. And this is the Arch Oil AR 4400 LP. And I know some of you aren't familiar with that. I did a little first look at it a while back and a little review on it and such. I like it. There's CLP from Arch Oil. I don't have enough room on this piece of steel to put that on here, but I'd like to use that too. And the Arch Oil product is really dark. It has a smell to it, but it's not anything, you know, caustic. I'm going to let this sit for a little while, and then I'm going to wipe the surface off it so that there's not any, you know, left shown on the surface. Not thick like that, because it shouldn't have to be. For grins, let's take a little CLP and spray it on a cloth. I know I don't really have any place to test it. This break-free CLP is something we used in the Marine Corps way back when. It's been around for a long time. Yeah. It smells just like the Royal Purple. Yeah, pretty close anyway. I'd like to test the CLP too, but I'm just looking at the protective factor here. The Arch Oil 4400. Lubricate and protect using nano tungsten distillate. Distulfide. Yeah, whatever. You know what? It's to reduce the coefficient of friction. There we go. The hops is for firearms, fishing reels, and all mechanisms. Boy, if they made that any smaller. That's just got a little warning on there. It doesn't really say what it's made of. Lubricating oil. From the gun care people. I've used this for forever. I've used their hops number 9 cleaning solvent too, and it works. Works pretty well. The rem oil says specifically formulated for cleaning, lubricating, and protecting firearms. I have used this on leather before. It doesn't hurt it. I've used the rem oil on fishing reels and all kinds of stuff. Like I said, I usually have a ton of this. I always have plenty. I keep this, usually rides along in my gun bag, my range bag, so it's there. The Lucas oil, burn off resistant protection for tactical weapons. I guarantee you this 41 Magnum revolver I'm testing this on, testing the Trigger Fanatics on, is not. Maximum heat resistance, I will guarantee you that 41 Magnum with a full charge, she gets hot. But it doesn't really say what's in it. Designed for weapons that experience high volume, full auto, and suppressed fire. Polymeric film protects metal parts from rust, wear, and moisture during extreme conditions. I don't do anything with extreme conditions, but it should perform well in this test. The Max Film superior wear protection prevents rust and corrosion, long lasting. If it's long lasting, it should do well in this test. I'm gonna throw this out. I have a trailer out here that just sits out in the weather. I'm gonna set this on the trailer. I'll check it every week. Kind of give you. I'll probably roll several updates into it, but we'll take a look at it every week when I go mow the lawn. It's a high film strength, multi-purpose lubricant that deeply penetrates, cleans, and loosens rusted parts. That's interesting. Once applied, its solvent carrier evaporates, leaving a tough lubricating film on all metal surfaces, which provides long-lasting protection against wear, rust, and corrosion. Recommended for loosening stuck parts, lubricating power tools, hinges, chains. Wow. I don't know. I've used it a few times. It's something that Barnall gave me. So is the Lucas gun oil, and I've been happy with it. I really have. Anyway, let's go ahead and wipe this off. I'm going to wipe from the top down so I don't contaminate. Move to a clean spot. Don't want to contaminate. Move to a clean spot. Move to a clean spot. Another clean spot. Rolling the towel over in my hand. All right, I am ready. Grab a patch here. I just want to kind of wipe off my control. You know, I've got a little acetone here. I want to put a little acetone on just to clean off this control really well. That kind of reminds me of the smell of the Trigger Fanatics. Alright. So like I said, I usually just use this for a thinner in my glue in my leather bench. I'm going to set this out on my trailer. You watched me apply all of them. They're all marked. Is there anything you want me to do to make sure you know that this is the one? This is the one. That line across the center, there's another one across the back. I will I'm going to put my initials on the tape so you know that I don't move it. Right onto the, from the tape to the steel. So they're all different. You know I'm not going to move the tape. Hopefully you can see that they're all labeled. I did right on them. And I'm going to set this outside. I want it to be exposed to the weather. It's supposed to rain. Today is Wednesday. It's supposed to rain Friday. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this performs. I want to see what the best protectant is going to be. Some of my guns sit in a safe for quite a while before they get out to the range. The 41 is one of them. But when I take it out, I shoot the crap out of it. I'll shoot 200 to 300 rounds. Love that gun. If I had another one, I'd shoot it too. I'd be double fisting. So that'll go out on the trailer, and I'll keep you posted. Looking forward to seeing the results. Again, we're testing the Trigger Fanatics, and this is cleans, prevents rust, protects, and lubricates. So we're kind of doing the rust and protect part. See how it does up against some of these other popular ones. Okay, I don't know if they're popular. Rum oil is pretty popular. The hops is pretty popular. The others I don't know about. I like the Max film. It's got a little straw in there, but I'm not talking any about that. Arch oil has proven to be very good to me. I haven't used a lot of the CLP. It has not proved to be the best CLP. I seem to get better results with the Safariland. But that's just me. Maybe I'm not using it right. There were no directions when they sent this to me. But their other products, they have one that, well, that's a whole nother deal. This is for fuel modification complex. I believe it's primarily for diesel. And since my trucks are gas, I'm going to give it to my boss to test and see what he thinks of it. But the one additive for gas engine did a phenomenal job on my Suburban. It cleaned out the injectors, and they stayed clean for about 6 months before I had to treat it again. So it worked really well. Anyway, that's where we're at. We'll see how my 41 turns out. It's soaking right now. I wanted to get this done while I'm sitting here, and I'm gonna run another brush through the board, or run another patch through the board, and just soak it down good again. We'll see what she does. So y'all stay safe and God bless. Stay tuned for all of my videos coming up.